So my name is Tracey and I'm from South East London, and I am currently a curriculum support officer with a adult learning organisation.
And my name is Heather. I'm also from South East London, working within the same adult learning facility.
So Adrian and some of us in the family, we went for a trip to Dungeness one evening, and on that trip Adrian asked us for some details about our date of birth, times of birth and places of birth, and from that he managed to develop a birth chart for us. And we met him again in the December of last year, and he managed to give us each a reading from the chart that he'd put together using our birth information.
And also when we went to Dungeness that time, he was asking us about, the reason he was asking us about the place of birth, time of birth, all of that, was because it depended on the layout that the planets aligned, and that's kind of how the birth chart came about, because it depended on that, and that's how he made the birth chart from that.
I don't think I really understood the detail that would be included within that, and it was quite interesting actually, because some of the things from the reading, it was quite enlightening really, wasn't it?
Extremely.
And it was stuff that Adrian might not have necessarily have known from our personal circumstances, but he was able to describe it from the chart that he produced for us, well for me anyway, and it was stuff that I hadn't actually spoken to him about before, so it was quite enlightening. Some of the things that he was saying was like, how did you know that?
Kind of feels like someone's reading your mind, but in a very interesting way, I'd say.
Yeah, not a negative one.
Oh no, definitely not negative at all. Yeah. Completely positive, and stuff that you wouldn't have known about yourself necessarily as well, unless that was what was told to you through these readings.
Yeah.
I think for myself, no, not necessarily. I went into it with a very open mind of whatever I'm told is what I'm told, and I'll take it sort of as it comes, rather than going into it thinking definitely this is what is going to be told to me and all that type of stuff. I think it's better to go into these things with an open mind, because you have no idea about what's going to come out of it. And if you go into it with a preconceived idea, then maybe you would put a negative spin on it when you're going into it, rather than just accepting what it is that's being given to you. Yeah.
It's for you to make up your own mind about what the outcome of that reading is.
Definitely.
I think that was more for you and your brother, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the whole point...
an issue, but...
No, not necessarily an issue, but maybe a situation that I hadn't... that had been at the back of my mind, that I was uncertain about or unsure about how I should go about the situation, and that was to do with getting back in touch with my dad. And because I was kind of on the fence about if I should or not, actually having the birth chart reading happen was what led me to ultimately getting back in touch with him, because being told that I should have both parents sort of in my life in some way, that's definitely a positive thing that came out of that, because I was so uncertain and it was giving me anxiety about should I, shouldn't I. So for that, I think it was a definite positive thing that came out of that I would never have been able to come to the decision on my own.
Actually, that's the other thing that I should have said at the beginning as well. I'm now a tutor at the same organisation that I'm employed at as a administrative officer, And I don't think I would have ever been in that position or made that choice without that sort of influence.
Wow, so it's had a real positive
Yeah,
influence for you.
Yeah. I never ever would have thought that I would be doing that now.
I think
Doing what you meant to be doing.
Yeah.
it's one of the best decisions that you've ever made, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's like what I've been saying to you, you can make such a positive impact. And it's
Yeah.
even what your students have been telling you.
Well, it's what people around me have been saying as well, isn't it? In work, they've all been encouraging me, haven't they, and saying, you know, you're doing the right thing, and that's what you're supposed to be doing. So yeah.
I couldn't be more proud of you, honestly.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome.
That's lovely when that happens. It's lovely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And without deviating but I'm going to deviate.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the power of energy work.
Mhm.
Just putting it out.
Oh no, I'm aware. I'm aware. Don't worry.
It's a birth chart reading, but it's all to do with the same energy.
Yeah.
It's about energy at the end
Yeah.
of the day.
Yeah.
Mhm. So, for context, I've been suffering from IBS and acid reflux for a number of years. Acid reflux I only started to realise in March of this year when my manager told me that I needed to go to the doctors about it. But Adrian and I done an energy healing session when he came to visit us at our house, and afterwards I slept so well, which I've always had issues with sleeping. Ever since I was a kid, I've always had issues with sleeping, and I was completely knocked out after doing this energy healing session, and I've definitely got a different outlook on life ever since that. I find myself trying to stay in a more positive zen zone rather than letting outside stresses interfere with my day-to-day activities, I suppose. I've been losing weight, I've been changing the way that I eat, and I've been positive about it rather than seeing it as a negative thing. And I think learning to be accepting of the situation that I'm in at the moment is something that I never fathomed of being, because I resented the fact that why is this happening to me, why me, instead of just being like, this is something that has been given to me, I need to accept it, I need to just roll with it. And yeah, that's something that I never would have been able to do if I hadn't done the energy healing session. Do it. you have to do it. You have to do it and go into it with an open mind, because the things that you can learn about yourself and the situations that you may be in or might be in, you have to at least give yourself that chance to experience that, because it's like nothing else that you will ever go through. So it's definitely worth it. I think that everyone should at least try it once.
I mean, it's not just about what your current situation is, but it could be something from your past as well, or something that you might not have planned for the future but comes to light. So yeah, it's not just about being in the moment, is it?
No, definitely not.
Past, present and future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All together. Yeah.